The dirty little secret, Marianne, is that every Republican in this country wants Obama to fail, but none of them have the guts to say so. I am willing to say it. We want him to fail because we want to preserve our country as we found it. We do not want to see a successful attack on capitalism.
Joining us now is the congressman from Indiana, Mike Pence. He's good enough to be with us. Congressman, thanks so much for being with us, sir.
You bet, Rick.
Are you watching this? And did you hear what Rush Limbaugh just said? The dirty little secret is that all Republicans want Barack Obama to fail. Very direct question to you, sir. Yeah. Do you want Barack Obama to fail?
Oh, come on, Rick. Nice try. I know what Rush Limbaugh meant. I actually listened to him about a month ago when he made this point on the air. I heard much of his speech on Saturday. Look, everybody wants America to succeed, but everyone like me, like Rush Limbaugh and others who believes in limited government, who believes in conservative values, wants the policies that this administration is bringing forward, higher taxes, massive increase in government spending, a huge increase in the role of government in our daily lives, a departure from traditional values. You bet we want those policies to fail because, Rick, we know big government, increases in debt, the micromanagement of the economy out of Washington, D.C. is a policy that will fail. It has failed throughout the last century across the globe. Free market economics, limited fiscally disciplined government, and respect for values are policies that will succeed. And we'll get our economy rolling again.
What do you do? What do you do a year from now if this thing starts to turn around the economy? What do you say to the American people? Gee, we were wrong?
Well, no, look, I believe in the resilience of the American economy. The president said the other night he struck an optimistic tone. I believe this economy will begin in the midst of lots of bad decisions and reckless runaway spending on Capitol Hill. This economy will fight through these times, but Republicans on Capitol Hill know what will really work, Rick. If we cut taxes on small business owners and family farmers and working families right now, we could get this economy moving now and not have to wait a couple of years for it to work out.
You're saying the economy will come back despite Barack Obama and his policies, not because of Barack Obama and his policies. That's what you're on the record saying right now.
Rick, the American people know we can't borrow and spend and bail our way back to a growing economy. We can't afford to bail out every failing business in the country. And we know we can't afford to bail out every American that's made bad decisions and hadn't paid their mortgages with the taxes of people that have figured out how to pay their mortgages and pay their bills. These policies will not work. That's why people like me, Rush Limbaugh, young Jonathan on your program, and I think a majority of the American people want to see Congress come together around the kind of fast-acting tax relief and fiscal discipline that has always and will always be the prescription for getting our economy moving again.
But to quote, Congressman, one of your own, you spent like drunken sailors for 8 years in this country. Why weren't you making these arguments then? Why weren't you holding the throat of these guys who wanted to spend a lot of your money? AKA, let's see, I think the names were Bush and Cheney?
Well,
did you know them?
Yeah, Rick, I knew them well, and you don't know me very well if you don't know I fought my president on education spending. I fought my president, was one of the 25 Republicans that opposed the prescription drug entitlement. I fought the earmarking culture and runaway spending under Republican control, and I'm going to keep fighting it as Democrats take us further down the road of deficit spending and debts. You know, I really believe the American people fired Republicans largely because of runaway federal spending. They sure didn't want the Democrats to do more of it.
Let me ask you, before we do anything else, do you think that Rush Limbaugh is right now, given everything that's been going on, the people who've gotten mad at him, who've then gone back and apologized to him, said, I'm sorry, is he the de facto leader right now of the Republican Party, and is that a good thing?
Oh, come on,
yeah, I know
Rick.
You're smiling, so am I. It's kind of a weird thing to follow, but it's in the news cycle, Congressman.
You know what Jonathan and Rush Limbaugh have in common?
What's that?
You know, the 14-year-old boy you just had on? They're both private citizens who are well-informed with strong opinions. And neither one of them is a leader of the Republican Party. You got a lot of leaders in this party, in the Senate and the House. Michael Steele's a good man. But look, Rush Limbaugh is a private citizen with strong opinions, and he has every right to speak those opinions on the airwaves of America and not be subject to criticism from people in power.
You're right, but if he said something you disagreed with, would you call him out?
I've disagreed with many commentators on the national stage before. I've always struck a strong conservative posture in my career, Rick, but I call them like I see them. Rush Limbaugh knows that. Other commentators know that. But look, remember here, there's a lot of people on Capitol Hill talking about bringing back the censorship in the form of the fairness doctrine on the airwaves of America. So people get a little jumpy when people in power start calling out people in your business who are all Rush Limbaugh's doing is expressing his opinion.
It's just the opposite. If anything, the media is giving Rush Limbaugh more power and more viewers, not fewer viewers and less power. Not if you've been.
Well, I'm talking specifically about, I'm talking specifically about this business about don't be listening to people. And it's a blood-bought right in this country to express our opinion, to criticize those in power.
You're right.
Left, right, and center. And I cherish Rush Limbaugh's voice. I admire him, and but this party's got lots of leaders.
You got it. Hey, listen, Congressman Pence, thanks so much. Really interesting conversation. I very much enjoyed it, sir.
Thank you, Rick.
All right.